Hello, good evening. It's Hello, good evening. How are you doing? How was your day? My name is Ndubuisi Oluchukwu. I am a mental health counselor, and on this page we talk about mental health and personal development, right? So today I want us to have a conversation about willpower, right? A lot of people talk about determination and just putting yourself out there, consistently pushing yourself out there, right? Today I wanted to talk about willpower, how it works, and how we can make it work for our advantage. Okay. Once again, my name is Ndubuisi. I am I'm a mental health counselor, and on this page we talk about mental health and personal development. So, what is mental health, right? If you see me looking down, I am just looking at my notes. I had jotted down some things so that it could guide the course of this conversation. Okay. All right. So, what is willpower? Willpower is the ability for a person. I'm just going to read it the way I have it here, right? Willpower is a person's ability to consciously control their behavior simply. Oh, God, I'm yelling. I must be very tired. I must be very tired. But I'm going to show up. I'm going to show up here. I'm going to show up here. There is no plan B, so I'm showing up here. Now, willpower is a person's ability to delay gratification. How can a person intentionally delay gratification? Is a person's ability of my book is a person's ability to delay gratification. That is what willpower is. Hi. Hello. I'm fine, thank you. How are you doing? How are you? My name is Oluchi. I'm a mental health counselor, right? And also behavioral. I'm from Nigeria actually, and also a counselor. And on this page, we talk about mental health and personal development. And today we are talking about willpower, what willpower is, trying to understand it because the year is almost coming to an end, and everybody is more like writing goals for next year, what they want to do, all of those things, right? So, yeah, let's talk about willpower and how it's going to help us. Hi from Dali, India. Oh, my time here is 9 p.m. Almost 9:30. It's almost 9:30 p.m. It's 9:30 p.m. here. Okay. So, what was I saying? Right. So we're talking about mental health, right? On this page we talk about mental health and personal development, right? That's basically what we talk about. And today, yes, I just did. I just finished. I just finished actually. We talk about mental health and personal development, and today I would love us to have a conversation about willpower. The year is coming to an end. Everybody is okay. This is like the fourth time I'm yawning. I think I'm really tired, but I'm going to still show up here, and I'm still going to be here. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So let's talk about mental health and what willpower is, right? Willpower is a person's ability to delay gratification. You know that thing that when you want to do something, you be like, no, I'm not doing it again. That's willpower, right? So willpower is the ability for an individual, for a person to successfully delay gratification. Like you can successfully say no to doing something, like no, right? And just in case you see me looking down, I made some notes so that it would be easier for us to have this conversation and talk about it, so that I don't just go saying things out of my head and just talking off points. Okay, right? So the first thing I have here is, it is a person's ability to consciously control their emotions and behavior, right? It is the ability for an individual to delay gratification until a certain goal is achieved. Now, willpower comes in place where there is a goal, something that you want to achieve. For the sake of that thing, you could delay. It could be, oh, I want to wake up early on tomorrow, so I'm going to go to bed. Even, let's say around 8:30, 9:30, 10, you're having this you're having this strong desire, you're having this strong desire, you're having this strong, right? More like having this strong desire, right? Now, it is important to know that the part of our brain that is in charge of willpower is this one you're seeing here, this one, this thing, this one, right? The one, like immediately you open this part of your brain now, the moment you open your forehead now, it is the brain in part of it, which is called the prefrontal lobe, right? That's what's in charge of this act called willpower. Okay, it's important we notice the prefrontal cortex here is directly behind our forehead. It's in charge of it. Now, it is a part of the brain that is just behind the forehead. I've said that, and it controls what we do. It is what controls the way I am moving right now. It is what controls my actions. It is what controls the, I want to do this, no, I am not doing it. That is what controls it, right? Now, it directs what we think, pay attention to, and even the emotions we experience. It is this part of this place now, this one now, this part of your brain that is in charge of it, and it is called the prefrontal cortex, right? Right, it is called the prefrontal cortex, right? That's the part of the brain that is in charge of our emotions and our feelings. This is where it is. It's all here. Now, side note, the next time you find yourself feeling like putting away work, or feeling like delaying something you know you really need to do, it is your prefrontal cortex that is at work. The front of your brain, that is what is at work, right? It is its job. By the way, if everybody watching, my name is Ndubuisi Oluchukwu. I am a mental health counselor, and on this channel we talk about mental health and personal development. If this is something that interests you, please just find time to like go through my videos and give me a thumbs up, so I'll keep showing up. Lines. All right, so in case you see me looking down, I'm reading. I had made some notes earlier so that I do not like forget the points that I want to make with us. Okay. All right, now before we go into all of that, we must first of all understand where actions and behaviors come from, right? A human being's behavior and actions come from two major places: the interior and the internal and the external. The internal has to do with traits, genetics, things passed down from your mommy, your daddy, while external has to do with education, exposure, stories, and all of those things. Let me read it exactly how I have it on my book, right? Don't judge me. Now, First of all, let's define what behavior is. Behavior is any covert or overt actions and reaction of an organism in response to an internal or external stimulus, right? Behavior is all about exploring and discovering why we do the things we do. Why do we act the way we act? Why do we do these things that we do? Why do we do these things that we do, right? It is all because of behavior. I will have to go check. Right. It is all because of behavior. Behavior is the reason why we do, but why do we do that exactly? Now, behaviors don't magically appear, right? They come from a mixture of the internal and the external factors. I've said it before. Behavior comes from the internal and the external factors of life, of our experience, of our being, right? Now, behavior, internal, external. Under internal, we have the hormones, we have the genes, and we have the brain process. How is the brain process? How is the brain wired? That's what we have under that place, right? Then under external, we have the environment and culture. Where were you brought up? People in Nigeria behave differently than people from anywhere else in the world. This is my new Indian friend that I just made on this live. Definitely would behave differently from me. Why? Because his or her behavior has been influenced by her environment. My behavior has been influenced to a very large extent by my environment. And these ways, behaviors, characters are born. Now, under environment, you would have exposure, trainings, stories, experiences, all those things that happen externally that you did not have any control. It's not like you even have any control over either of them, whether be it your genetics or be it the external. You don't have any control over neither. Okay, now moving on to the next. Now, yes, emotions, all of those things, these are things that now go ahead to form our behavior, right? Now, how does willpower work? I'm in a bit of a hurry now. Okay, so let's talk about how does willpower work, right? Willpower is like a mental muscle, and like a muscle, it can be weared out. It will just tire for you. Willpower can just wear out. Willpower is not stable, it's not sustainable, it's not something you can bank on for a very, very, very long time. It depletes. It's depleting or going down is a process called ego depletion, right? Let me give you an example. You wake up in the morning full of energy, full of things I want to do. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do this. But as the day goes down, you start noticing you're tired. You don't have the strength to like push through all of those things you said, oh, you want to do, oh, you want to achieve, oh, this is what you want to do this morning. Sometimes you don't have the strength to do that. What you notice is that when you've done like one or two of those things, right? When you've done like one or two of those things in the morning, your strength just begins to fail you. You don't have the energy anymore. You don't have the energy anymore to continue to push, to want to do either of that process where your willpower is up, and the process from up going down is what is called ego depletion. Like ego is coming down, it's taking a downfall, right? That's that. Now the next thing I also would want to say, okay, so if willpower is not sustainable, what then can I do? What can I do to help myself? What can I do to enhance myself? What in the name of God can I do? The best thing you can do for yourself is to make it a habit. Make that thing you want to do a lifestyle. Lifestyles are hard to break. but your ego will not, your willpower will not lead you far. But when it has become a lifestyle, and how does it become a lifestyle? Do it consistently every single day. Just keep doing it every single day. And at some point, you may still need your willpower, but it will just be like to get up from bed and start it, and not to, like, do it, press in on it. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, but I really hope you understand. What I'm trying to say is, instead of depending solely on willpower to drive your life, make those things you want to achieve, make those things you want to achieve a part of your life. Let waking up in the morning not be something you just do in the morning. Let it be a part of who you are. Let it be a part of your person. Wake up every single morning at the same time. Go to bed every single night at the same time. Plan your days. Fail, plan it again. Follow it through. Fail again. Fail again. One day you would plan it through and you will not fail. And if I venture during those seasons, or when it has become a character, when it has become a part of who you are, right, you get tired, or you don't want to do it anymore, you just need a little bit of willpower to, like, push you through and bring you to a place. Do you get? So why having this conversation about willpower? It's important that we know this while we are entering the new year, because on this channel we are all about mental health and personal development. And if we want to make good use of our lives, of who we are, and achieve great things next year, it is very important, it is of great importance, that instead of depending on our willpower, on the new year drive, on the first jiggy of the year, we make it a lifestyle. It could be the simplest of things. It could be doing it for 5 minutes every day. Just do it 5 minutes every day. 5 minutes daily. You don't have to do 1 hour, don't worry. 5 minutes daily. 5 minutes daily of reading, 5 minutes daily of taking care of yourself, 5 minutes every single day. And in no time, you will become a pro. You will become a part of who you are. That is how character and habit is built, instead of just depending on your willpower, because it goes down and it is not sustainable. Okay? Yeah, I think I have, like, talked a lot about willpower. If you have a question, or you have something something else you want me to talk about on willpower, let me know. I'm gonna, like, answer the questions, and we would have that conversation. But it's very important, and I just came here to do a very short one, and yeah, I have done that. My name is Ndubuisi Oluchukwu. I'm a mental health counselor, and on this page we talk about mental health and personal development. My number one work is to equip you with the tools you need to fight for yourself. Okay? Bye.